Welcome back to my channel. Donna Parsons here, and today I'm going to be giving you some great tips on how to take your data validation skills to the next level. So let's begin. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to left click my mouse here in the G column, and what I want to do is I want to restrict the shift. So I want between 1 and 3. I don't want somebody to type in shift number 4 because there is no shift number 4. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we're going to come up to data validation in our data tab and select data validation. And in our settings tab, we want to click the down arrow and we want to choose whole number. And in the data, I want the word between. So I want between the number 1 and the maximum is 3. So I want between 1 and 3 is the validation settings. I'm not going to put an input message in, but in the error alert, here's where it gets a little tricky. For example, if I just do a stop message and say, okay, you typed in the incorrect number, it's going to tell you to stop, and it won't allow you to put in the a number other than 1, 2, or 3. But if I was to choose, for example, information, and I'm going to put the error message in, must be between 1 and 3. Okay, I'm just going to say 1 and 3, and I'm going to click OK here. And if I type the number 4 and press enter on my keyboard, I do get an error message, but if I click OK, you see it takes the number, all right? So if you're using a data validation and you don't put a stop in and you just put in that information, let me go back up here and show you the differences. The stop message, you have a stop, a warning, and then an information. So you really want to use a stop or a warning because it will not allow you to put in the incorrect information. So let's make believe that we didn't create this, and now we want to go and see if there's any invalid data in our spreadsheet. So the next thing that you want to do is make sure that you're in your data tab, and I'm going to left click away from the area here. And so there's a number 4, and the number 4 should not be part of that. And I'm going to come up to data validation, and this time I want to circle the invalid data, and you can see how it circles the invalid data. And this is what you would want if coming behind someone and maybe somebody's created that data validation and now you can see that there's an improper number. It does circle the invalid data that is in there, so you can kind of double check your work, so to speak. When you want to get rid of that, you would just clear the validation circle, and it goes away. So I'm going to click the down arrow, and I chose clear the validation circles, and it goes away. Okay, let's go on to the next lesson. The second pro tip is how to find if there is an embedded data validation within your sheet. So let's go ahead and create a data validation, and then I'll show you how you can find it if you're not sure if it has it in there. So we're going to come back to our data tab. We're going to come over to data validation, and we're going to create a validation list. So I'm going to select the settings tab, and I'm going to come down to the word list, and I'm going to left click my mouse in the source, and I'm going to scroll over to the right, and I have the source employees list in this J column that I'm going to select, and I'm just going to click OK. So now that list is embedded in that B column. So I'm going to left click away from the column, and I'm going to now find where that data validation exists within my sheet. And the way to do that is to come up to the Home tab and come all the way over to Find and Select. And I'm going to come down to Data Validation, and when I do, it'll automatically find the data validation cell for me. And there you go. It automatically went to B4. So that's how you find if there's data validation embedded into a sheet. That's your second pro tip. And thank you so much for your time, and leave a comment if you'd like me to do another lesson in Excel or any other topic. Thank you so much.